Welcome to Team 4's presentation for Odom Coffee. We are Jonathan Huffer, Muhammad Malik, Chester Qualls, and Mike Struckman. In the following presentation, we will take you through an analysis of the industry that coffee shops operate within, some of the advantages of that, whether we consider that a good investment, coffee shops in general. We'll also look at the opportunities that are specific to Odom Coffee, how it can differentiate itself, and we'll look at the way that Odom Coffee currently runs their process of delivering coffee and creating customer engagement, and how our transformation will change that within Odom Coffee. We'll also finally wrap up at the end with some financial analysis and look at a few different scenarios, worst case scenario, optimistic scenario, or what we think is the best case scenario, and then also the most likely scenario that'll occur for Odom Coffee. And we hope that this will give you enough information to make a decision regarding this transformation process and whether or not it's a viable alternative for Odom Coffee. After performing a pestle analysis, we believe that a coffee shop represents a more positive impact than a negative. It can be tied to a general economy, but often recovers more quickly than other luxury items. We believe that a five forces analysis shows that a coffee shop is a moderate investment and overall an attractive opportunity. Odom Coffee was founded in 1996, has good track record, currently running 4 retail locations and a dedicated roasting facility. We believe that a SWOT analysis of Odom Coffee shows that their strengths and opportunities are greater because of their goodwill and strong leadership, and than their weaknesses from competition and other potential threats. Starbucks has called their coffee shops a third place, meaning that it's a third place where people feel as comfortable as they do at home and at work. And this is what Odom hopes to do as well, in spite of employee turnover and such, where employees may get to know a regular's coffee preferences. When there's turnover, all of that goes away. Through our transition, we hope to maintain the quality of our service.
As this process, the ability to deliver effective personalized service is determined by the memory and capabilities of the baristas. Turnover has a major impact on customer service levels and is a constant worry. In the to-be process, the employee's personalized customer service capabilities are augmented by prompts from our system, which leverages our analytics platform and sensor network. The result is optimal personalized customer service, which improves profitability and market share by expanding customer breadth and depth and by improved employee turnover. We have a well-defined schedule and project management plan with effective risk and change management elements and control points. Our balanced scorecard will enable us to monitor performance, identify developing problems, and respond with effective corrective action plans.
So now let's talk about what it will take, or what we estimate it will take, to make this project happen. The first table in this slide represents the breakdown of our recurring and non-recurring costs. All the non-recurring costs we estimate to be at $420,000, and this will include the software that's necessary, any hardware that we plan to put in, like our sensors or cameras and whatnot, training that needs to be accomplished. These are going to all be at the beginning of the project in 2016. Whereas the recurring costs of $78,000, which will include some ongoing training, and a subscription to the Amazon Web Services. These are ongoing, and we're using the 5 years projection through the year 2020 for this financial analysis of our project. That's all the furthest we're going out with this. Ongoing support will include training such as for new hires and the maintenance of existing equipment and code. However, if new features become required for this, you decide we want to try to add something new to the product, this may require the creation of new code. We may need to put in new infrastructure into place, and we may need to create new training programs. So all that would be handled as a new project and could add to the ongoing expenses. The second table is a breakdown of cost classification by fixed and variable costs. The first year has all the fixed upfront project cost and the support costs thereafter, everything that it takes to create this product and all the equipment. Even if the project fails, this initial fixed cost would be a sunk cost and it can never be recovered. The variable costs throughout are the costs of labor and raw materials over the next 5 years. A large increase in revenue will see a significant increase in net project profit due to a high fixed cost leverage. Let's look at what we believe is the most likely scenario for this project. We believe that the sales profit margin and cumulative return on investment will gradually increase over the next 5 years. Our projected net increase in sales is $777,000 for these next 5 years with a 17% margin. This will produce a $135,000 profit from this project, which would result in a 21% cumulative return on investment. The project will have a positive net present value at a 5% discount rate and an 11% internal rate of return. The project is recommended to go ahead with these favorable financial projections. Continuing to look at our most likely scenario in a different way, we believe the project will recover all of our fixed upfront costs by the 4th year. You can see that in the first year we'll recover a significant amount, and going forward as our profits increase, the project will generate a significant amount of cash in the 5th year and thereafter, of course, due to a very low variable cost and high contribution margin. It is important that we not only look at the most likely case or scenario for this project, but that we also look at other options. And so in this slide, we're looking at what we consider our most pessimistic or worst case scenario. The project, in this case, what if it doesn't recover the fixed costs up front or in the next 5 years? This project contributes a total of $289,000 in sales, resulting in a net loss of $253,000. The cumulative return on investment in this case is a negative 47% with a negative net present value over the next 5 years. With an unexpectedly low sales increase from the project can recover the upfront costs over an extended period of time, but certainly not over the next 5 years. It would take longer than that, obviously. Let's point out here that once committed, the costs are sunk costs. So the best decision time to green light this project would be before the first phase of the project. Once the project is implemented, it should continue. Granted, the variable costs are recovered on an ongoing basis, and some contributions are made to the fixed cost based strictly on the financial analysis. However, there are other factors beyond the costs that may influence the decision to pull the plug on the project at any given time after that implementation. Examples of this are if the customers don't feel this produces the desired community feel that we're hoping for. In other words, an improved relationship with the customers and whatnot. Or also if the employees just simply hate the process and are never able to get behind it, don't work with it well, don't utilize it. Those are good reasons to pull the plug. Whereas the financial, we believe that even in the worst case scenarios, this will eventually catch up. And so continuing to look at our worst case or pessimistic scenario, it's evident by looking at this graph that our project in this case is not able to recover the upfront fixed costs. So we never break even within the first 5 years. It would be beyond that time that we would see a break-even point exist. And as we say, this is what we consider the worst case. Now that we've looked at the most likely scenario and somewhat depressing, pessimistic scenario, we also get to look at the much more fun to consider optimistic scenario. In this scenario, we see that the sales rapidly increase and the fixed costs under this scenario is recovered in less than 3 years due to those increase in profits. Project return is substantially high due to the fixed cost leverage. On this project is enjoying a net 38% profit margin and a 61% return on investment after the first 5 years. The net present value is positive and has a very respectable 29% internal rate of return under this scenario. And looking at our more optimistic scenario and the break-even point for that, as we've said, the project under this scenario will break even after the first 3 years. And Odin will benefit from a healthy, positive cash flow as a result of this. Overall, the project in this scenario has a $414,000 cash flow after the first 5 years. And this would allow Odin to consider other options, such as opening new stores or taking on additional space at existing stores of adjacent properties with options on those. We believe this scenario, though optimistic, is more likely to occur than the pessimistic scenario. Obviously, the most likely scenario has the highest probability, but our optimistic scenario we believe to be the next highest. Those of us on Team 4 would like to thank you for the opportunity to present this. We hope that this provides enough information, and we believe that considering the industry analysis and the opportunities in the industry, as well as specific opportunities for Odin, this technology transformation could provide a significant improvement for the company and is a good option for you. Thank you very much.